my colleagues would probably say I should be a little bit more task orientated.
Hi. I thought it was time for a chat. I've got a little mug of slight leftover tea. So I thought we'd have a bit of a chat today and introduce another person from the Brogdale CIC family. And this is my fellow, sadly not anymore, podcaster, Amy.
So my name is Amy Robinson. So most people will know me from Craftworks and from the admissions process. I would take all the new inquiries that come in to join our Craftworks students and our courses. And then I would set up all the site visits and do all the paperwork that runs behind that. So that's my main role within Craftworks. People also might know me from helping sort out bursaries and other payments like that go through. And then I also, on the other half of me, is I help Jill with the HR, all the staff welfare, and I run the Learnabout scheme, which is a day service for Learnabout adults.
Amazing.
That's me in a nutshell.
That is a lot of nuts packed into that shell.
They're in. I would like to think that I am an organised person. So I think when you take on multiple roles, especially, and we do that within Brogdale, you have to kind of organise your own self into how you are going to work and how you're going to schedule your own day and fit in kind of what other people throw at you as well. So it's about kind of being organised, but at the same time being quite flexible. And I think to have a really good attitude, because at the heart of everything that we do is that we really care about our young people and about, you know, our learning disabled adults. They form our business, and really it's about, for me, giving the best service that we can.
So it's like a mixture of people skills but also having those task orientated sort of skills as well. Would you say for you people comes first and the task comes second?
I think I do. I think I'm naturally more of a heart kind of person. And for me it is all about helping the people, especially when I talk to kind of, you know, parents on the phone or carers on the phone, and I just want to help them. My colleagues would probably say I should be a little bit more task orientated.
I think for a lot of people they juggle a lot of things, either more than one job or more than one role in their job, and having to self-discipline, particularly in this time where we've all been working from home, having to self-discipline and get the tasks done, but also in the light of being able to be there for people and having welfare is kind of it's something to learn. I think definitely it's a skill to learn.
Also, we've learned to adapt a lot, haven't we, our skill sets, and things that we might not have particularly been strong or confident in previously, we've had to kind of push ourselves to see where we are today. So that's not a bad thing, that we've grown and changed maybe in different ways. When I was very young, and we're talking kind of like 6, 7-ish, I wanted to be Kylie Minogue.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Not just a singer, I wanted to be her. And she had this black hat and her hair came out the top. And I wanted my hair to come out the top. I adored Kylie. I still do. So there we go, a little secret for you all. As I got older, I remember when I took my A-levels, I realised that I wasn't going to go to university. I'd made that choice. And that for me, I wanted to commute to London and work in an office. So not too far from what I'm doing now without the commuting bit. But I wanted to be part of a city and some hustle and bustle and kind of in a big office in an industry, and have that whole kind of lifestyle that went around that. So I knew that, I think, from kind of 18, and that's pretty much what I did my whole career until I had my family. Do you know what the most amazing thing I always thought about working in London was? The people that you met, like people from so many different countries, so many different accents, so many different backgrounds. It is just such, I loved that part of it. You know, just different countries, different upbringings, and you know, it was just really interesting, and I think that's helped me just throughout life, really.
How did you progress in your workplace?
So I remember when I left school, I didn't have a plan as such. I just knew I wanted to work in London. And I actually got a temp job, and it was sorting out milk tokens. And I think you used to get, didn't you? I think some families got tokens to be able to buy milk.
Yeah.
And literally all these tokens had come in, and it was in an office in London, and I'd have to like process them ready for finance because they were kind of a money value.
Yeah.
And once you were kind of started a job, I then moved around a little bit. So I never stayed at the same company at first for kind of more than 6 months or a year. I ended up working for HSBC, and then went on to kind of, a finance company in a different way. And I think once you start in something, you can just see if it's for you, and you kind of get a feel of it. And then if it isn't, you can be like, well, what else is out there? What else do I want to do? I actually worked for a recruitment agency for a while. And I figured, do you know what, that wasn't for me. Like those kind of high sales targets, that kind of, that's not me. And so that was kind of good that I had 6 months there and then was able to move somewhere else. So I think that's the benefits certainly about the job market in that respect.
Yeah, being able to know, like, this job isn't for me doesn't mean you failed at the job. And I would say, you're not going to just do a week of it and say this job's not for me, because you need to settle. But actually, 6 months down the line, if you're like this, I'm not this person, I'm not this way, I'm not driven like this, actually it's absolutely fine to start looking at something else, or to choose, do you know what, this is going to be my job, but I'm going to have a little side hustle, which is actually something that I really love doing. What character would you be in a children's book?
Oh, that's an interesting one, isn't it? I'm reading at the moment with my son, we're reading The Explorer.
Oh,
really good book. They're actually stranded in the jungle. So I might be a character from this book.
Nice.
This is, quite a good one. I think I'd definitely be a character with a lot of adventure. Isn't it funny how in my kind of everyday life, I'm probably not somebody that explores as such, but actually if I chose something, I would want to do something very different to who I am.
One. Yeah. And what are you currently reading then?
The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah.
So he's the guy from Pointless, isn't he?
Yeah.
And it's his first book. Now everyone has raved about it and said it's amazing. I'm only on like the first 2 chapters.
So you're going to say 2 pages then?
Yeah, I know.
I've read 2 pages so far.
2 chapters. I don't feel I'm quite in it yet.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that with books sometimes? It takes a little bit?
Yeah, I'm reading a book called Old Baggage at the moment, and it's taken me a bit of a while to get into it, and now I'm really enjoying it, and I'm glad that I stuck with it. What is one thing that you do to look after your well-being?
Oh, you could answer this for me, I'm sure. So I run a lot. I do exercise as well, but running is probably my escape. And when we had all the snow and the ice, I actually had a little bit of a meltdown and it's not like me, but I did. And I think it was everything combined, and I can't do the thing that for me is my release.
Yeah, no.
I think I need to be away and outside, and I have my podcast on and I'm really happy. And I really suffered. My mental health actually took quite a big dip. And I think when we think of mental health, we always think good or bad.
Yeah.
And actually it's not. It's like a line, I now think of it as. It kind of dips down some days and it goes up, and another day, it might be down for a few and then it can be up for a little bit. It's this fluid kind of line, isn't it? And I think it's good to take your own temperature almost on that, to see where you are on your line and what you need to do to try and help yourself.
It's been lovely chatting to you and helping people get to know the face behind the voice that they probably speak to on the phone or get an email from. So lovely to chat with you, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.